Dear friends, how are you? Happy Simchat Torah and welcome to your Chabad Naples family. On Simchat Torah, there really is one commandment, and that is to sing, celebrate, and dance the night away. So I'd like to share with you a short thought to get you into the spirit and hopefully prepare yourself to dance with me. Are you ready? When the Torah is raised in the synagogue, the congregation sings, Eitz Chaimi Lama Chazikim Ba. It is a tree of life to all those who hold fast to it. How does a tree live? So in the northern California coastal forests, one can see the spectacular redwoods, which are among the oldest and tallest trees in the world. Many of the majestic trees are thousands of years old, more than 2,000 years old. They have withstood the severest storms and weather conditions for thousands of years, fires, human encroachments, and everything else that threatens them. Yet, they grow taller and taller. But sometimes, however, trees die. Why? Because a tiny insect crawls in and inserts itself under the bark. And that minute creature gradually sucks the life juices out of the tree, weakening its structure and ultimately killing it. The same is, my dear friends, with sadness and depression that can seep in to a heart and saps away one's vitality. Judaism has withstood the storms of history because we have joyfully held on to the Torah. And we've not allowed sadness and depression to take root in our hearts. In fact, one of the great commandments in the Torah is mitzvah gedola, lios besimcha tamid. The great commandment is that we must be joyous constantly. Ivdu as Hashem b'simcha, we need to serve Hashem with joy. And that song that I mentioned at the beginning that calls Torah a tree of life, it concludes with the words v'samcha me'ushar. And those that support the Torah are happy. That is how we hand on Judaism to the next generation, is with happiness, with joy, not with oi, but with joy. How are you, Moshe? It's good to see you. And so I want to just conclude with as follows. We all know the special prayer when the Torah comes out to the congregation. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. A famous verse that has sustained the Jewish people for thousands of years, not because of their power, but because it contains a passage that tells us how to hand on our values to the next generation. The verse reads as follows, V'ahavtas Hashem Elokecha, you should love God with all your heart and with all your soul, with all your might. And then it says you should teach it to your children, and the connection is simple. We can only teach to our children what we ourselves love. Children have this remarkable innocence in which they can sense, and they're very sensitive to feelings more than words. Words are not enough. Deeds and feelings must be present. And that's why we come and we celebrate with this Torah, with this beautiful treasure, with this beautiful gift, and we want to hand it on to the next generation. We do it with dance and song, and we dance in a circular formation. Why? A circle dance. And the answer is, and with this I conclude, and we're ready to dance in the surprise, and that is because a circle is not about progress or achievement. It's about harmony and togetherness. It's about love and closeness. In a circle, there's no one higher or lower, more important, less important. God is equally accessible to all of us. And in a circle, we can see the faces of every single person. We connect with empathy, no judgment at all. And we sit and dance together. And lastly, in a circle, every person needs every other person for the circle to remain complete. Each and every one of us has a role to fill. So come and join in the circle of life, in the circle of happiness and joy. That's what Simchat Torah is about. And I believe it was Helen Keller that said, in order for us, or for you to be a consumer of happiness, you have to also be a producer of happiness. And that's what Simchat Torah is all about. So, if you're at home or wherever you may be, if you're watching this right now, and you're going to be watching this surprise, I haven't done it for 7 months. Actually, I believe I did it on Rosh Hashanah as well. So it's a month already. But we're going to now be watching a headstand from the Rabbi. But I need you to sing along. So I would suggest that over Simchat Torah, take your family together in a circular formation, and join along, sing together, and bring joy and happiness. Because ultimately, the way we're able to withstand the severe storms and the difficulties and challenges, the trials and tribulations, is through happiness. So please join in. Eveinu shalom aleichem, Eveinu shalom aleichem, Eveinu shalom aleichem, Eveinu shalom. I can't hear you. No shalom aleichem, Eveinu shalom aleichem. You know what? I never did a Facebook Live headstand. I've done it when it was pre-recorded, but never done a Facebook headstand live. So you ready? Eveinu shalom aleichem, Eveinu shalom. Are you ready? Yes? Aleichem, Eveinu shalom aleichem, Eveinu shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem. Happy Simchat Torah for your precious family, the Chabad of Naples. We love you, and Chag Sameach.